Joining me now to talk about all this, and I'm sure he's got a lot to say. He represents California's 3rd State District, California Assemblyman James Gallagher. James, nice to see you. How about it? For a week now, not even a week. When did we kick Jimmy off the air? Last week, I guess they did. Okay, whatever. For days now, all I've heard from your partners on the other side of the aisle in Sacramento is, this is an attack on democracy. It's an attack on free speech. You can't do that to Jimmy. And then they put this bill forward that literally says you can't have free speech on social media. What in the... Your thoughts?
Well, these guys are not known for their consistency. They're hypocrites, period. And, you know, Jimmy, it's real simple. There was a lot of explaining going on there. Just say you're sorry.
Right.
You know, that's what people were looking for, you know, as Jimmy Kimmel came back on last night. But, yeah, I mean, here in Sacramento, once again, you know, these folks decry free speech, when actually Jimmy was going to be the victim of bad ratings. You know, he has not had a successful show. I think probably in the future, Disney's going to be canceling him anyway. But the real issue is, you know, that these guys would like to take people out for what they term as hate speech. And so this bill, what it does, SB 771, is it actually goes after social media companies and is essentially trying to intimidate, pressure them to taking down content, taking down people's posts, if they are deemed to be hate speech. And they're doing that by saying, look, if you don't, you know, moderate your content, if you don't remove things from your social media platforms, we'll fine you up to $1 million.
But wait a minute, hold on. Who's going to deem it's hate speech, James? Who's in charge of that? Who's the thought, mind, and posting police in California?
And that is exactly the problem. And you know, we as conservatives have been calling this out for a long time. You know, thankfully, Elon Musk took over Twitter and made it a free speech beacon again. But we were dealing with this a lot during COVID and in the past few years, where people were getting taken, you know, shadow banned, people having their content removed. And I think
you've been on the show before discussing it with me over the past 5 years, haven't you? How about this? You talked about the hypocrisy and double standard. So I think it was either yesterday or the day before show, Joe Rogan, very popular, right? 50 million subscribers. Joe was on his show literally calling Jimmy's hypocrisy and Democrats in California's hypocrisy out because he showed clips.
He celebrated in his monologue when Tucker Carlson got fired.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank you. He celebrated Tucker Carlson being fired in his monologue. He told his viewers that when ABC in 2018, 2019 fired Roseanne Barr, it was the right thing to do. So when somebody on the other side of the issue is getting fired, right, or getting censored, then Jimmy's all about saying yes and making fun. When it happens to Jimmy, it's an attack on free speech and democracy.
100%. We see this from the left all the time. And yeah, I was going to say the exact same thing. They decried, you know, or they celebrated Roseanne Barr getting canceled. And then when it happens to one of their own, it's some kind of outrageous thing. Look, they've never been consistent on this issue. They actually would love nothing more than to suppress our speech. And when they've had power and the ability to do it, that's exactly what they've done. And no one has been worse than that than Gavin Newsom. Here in California, where during COVID, you know, they were putting pressure on the Secretary of State and others were putting pressure on social media platforms to shut down speech. People who were talking about, you know, for example, whether or not mask mandates were a good thing, you know, whether or not 2-year-olds should be masked up, whether or not we should be able to go to church, you know, as is our First Amendment right. And all these things, you know, he was the mastermind behind shutting down a whole slew of civil rights.
Oh, yeah. We covered him right here on this program. I didn't shy away from talking trash on Gavin Newsom. James Gallagher, representing the 3rd District of California. Keep the fight up there. I know we got limited seats, and those Democrats are some of the craziest in California. God bless you, James.
We'll carry the fight.
Yep.
For all our viewers asking where One America News is heading in the future, we would like to introduce you to OAN Live. OAN Live is the best way to stay up to date on all of the hard-hitting, straight-shooting, national and international headlines. And the best part is, OAN Live is only $4.99 per month. All the credible, honest, unbiased reporting One America News offers at a fraction of the cost of cable. Just go to OANN.com to easily sign up for OAN Live and stay informed.